Hey guys, it's Drea. First of all, very sorry about this mess right here, but my Christmas tree isn't up yet, so I can't wrap presents yet, and this is the only room to keep the bags of toys and stuff that I need to wrap as soon as my tree goes up. So I'm sorry, I tried to crop out as much as I could. Anyway, we are here to do a video about samples that made me buy the full size. So this is samples made me buy it. The very first time I ever saw this video, and I'm pretty sure she created it, was when I saw It's Kirsten do it. Now she is one of my favorite YouTubers. She always has been. She's one of the people who even inspired me to create a channel. And she doesn't post as much anymore, but it seems like she might be getting back into it. So if you've never checked out her channel, I will link it below. Go watch her. She is a hoot and a half. Okay, let's just jump into this. So as I was pulling things, I noticed I have a whole bunch of primers. Let's start with this one. This one is my most recent sample made me buy it. This is the Too Faced Hangover RX Replenishing Face Primer. So when I did my VIB sale haul, I was talking about wanting to get this in the mini size and it was sold out. Well, I just kind of caved and went back and got the full size because mini size was sold out online and in store and I really wanted it, so I bought it. So I didn't actually show you this in my VIB sale haul, but I did end up picking it up. So first of all, this primer smells amazing. It does have kind of a coconutty smell, but it's not super overwhelming. It's just a really nice smell. I don't know, it's fresh, and a little bit of coconut. You can kind of smell it in it. So this is supposed to be made with well, it's not supposed to be, it is made with coconut water, and it says it has probiotic based ingredients. I don't know what that means. All I know is that when I use this, it makes my skin feel good. Like, it really makes any dehydratedness disappear and it feels like nourished. Now, me being oily skinned, dehydrated skin is not a huge concern with me, but still in the winter months it can be sometimes, and so I decided I wanted this on hand. Also, working in a retail store environment, if you've ever done that before, you know how drying it is. Your hands, your lips, and your face can end up very dry after a while, so I'm really glad that I have that now. The next primer is the oldest product in my collection that was a sample made me buy it. So this is the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer Mattifying Primer. I can remember when I made this huge Sephora order about 2 years ago. I was kind of getting back into makeup again. I hadn't shopped in Sephora in forever, and of course, you know, they do the 3 free samples every time, and one of the products was this, just on a little card. And having oily skin, you know, I'm always looking for primers, foundations, whatever that's going to help my oily skin stay matte throughout the day. So this is one of those products. Now, knowing what I know now, I wouldn't have bought the full size because you can actually buy a mini of this. I don't know if they carry it in most stores, but definitely online, and it's the same price. Like, if you buy 2 minis, it's the same price as the full size, so the amounts are the same. So I would just buy a mini because you do not need a lot of this. Like, look, I've had this for 2 years and look at how full it still is. So you really only put this on the oiliest parts of your face. So for most of us, it's going to be the T-zone. If I put it like around here, it balls up throughout the day. It'll ball up my foundation. It's just, there's something about it that doesn't work on drier parts of your face. So really, this is only for oily skin people and only in the oiliest of areas, and it really does work. And the last primer I'll mention right now is the Becca Velvet Blurring Primer. So this is a recent product that just came out this year, and I love it. So I did get a sample from Sephora. You know, when they actually make you samples, I went into the store because I was interested in this, and she made me a sample, and I used up the whole thing, and I knew I needed it. This is light as air, and I know I've talked about this a lot, so you might have heard me say this before, but it is light as air on your skin, which I love because a lot of primers can sometimes be heavy, but it's so lightweight, and it really, after you put it on your bare skin, you can touch your skin and it does feel just like velvet. It's really amazing what this product does. It has a pump, but I will say this, my only concern and the only thing I don't like about this product is it's very liquidy. And even if you shake it first, when you pump it out, see that? It kind of goes everywhere. So you have to be super careful about how you pump it. I kind of like try to cup my hand and, you know, make it so it's not going to splatter everywhere like it just did, because the way it dispenses is not so great. And I didn't know that when I got the sample, of course, because it was just in a little pot. So I still recommend this. It's just that the dispensing mechanism is a little bit messy. As I was going through my collection, there's a few things that I realized. Number one, I don't use samples of foundation. I don't, even if I get them, I don't use them. However, I will jump in feet first with foundations. I'll just buy full size. I love testing foundations. So I really don't have any foundations to show you. The other thing I realized is same goes for lip products. Like I'll just buy the full size, or even if I get a mini, there's no way I'm going to use it up to repurchase it in most cases. So same with lip products. But one thing that I have bought so many things from samples is fragrance, and probably a lot of us are the same with that in that respect. So you know, you get the little fragrance sprayers. If I like a fragrance sample, I can't help myself. I have to go out and get it. I think I bought 5 perfumes this year from samples. Now I'm not going to show you all of them. I just pulled a couple recent ones. This one is the Versace Eros Pour Femme, and this is the Eau de Toilette, not the Eau de Parfum, which normally I like the perfumes better, but this one, there's just something about it. It's like fruity. It's not as heavy. It's very kind of fruity, but very, very feminine. I really love this. When I used the sample of this, I didn't want it to end, and I knew I was going to have to cave and get it. But actually my husband bought this for me. So I guess, is it technically a sample made me buy it? I did tell him that's the one I wanted, so I'm going to count it. And then this next one, same deal. You guys, I only got this 2 months ago. Like I've used a lot. This for me is a lot because I have a lot of perfume. And it lasts me a long time usually, but I have been using this to death. This is Ralph Lauren. Is it called Woman or The Woman? I think it's just called Woman. And this just came out this year. This is a brand new fragrance. This is a very, very heavy, very, very feminine scent. Like they can smell you coming when you're wearing this. I have a list, like I'll link to these perfumes below because I'm not the best at describing scents, but both of these are definitely very, very feminine. I don't go for the unisex things. I like to smell sweet. So there's that. But yeah, perfume is one of those things. I could probably show you like 4 more that I bought recently from samples. I don't know if this really counts as a sample made me buy it, but I did buy the travel size originally of the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. I know probably Sephora could make you a sample, but a lot of the time what I'll do is I'll just buy a mini size if I'm interested in trying something, and that's what I did with this. So I'm going to count it. So I did use up that entire travel size of this powder, and at first I kind of used it once or twice. I put it away for a very long time, and then I pulled it out again, and I just kind of fell in love with it, and then I eventually used it up and had to buy a full size. So that's what it looks like. I'm sure you've seen it and heard about it a million times. The thing I like about this the most is it really does have a brightening property for under your eye, and I am wearing it today. I'm wearing it over MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I don't know if that makes a difference to you, but I'm just letting you know because I feel like that's a very natural looking concealer, and the powder, I think you could still tell, is really giving it a brightening effect. Another thing that will always get me is mascara samples. You know, you often get these in like subscription boxes, or just like even Sephora will offer it as gift with purchase or whatever. And if I love a mascara, I fall hard and I have to buy it. So probably I've done it many times over, 10 plus times with mascara where a sample is made me buy it. I'm only going to show you 2, and these are actually 2 of my favorites. So they're in my top 3 for sure. First one is Urban Decay Perversion. This is actually a travel size that I recently purchased. And I did buy it, like you can buy the travel size on Sephora, but I just got rid of a full size. Like I have bought this over and over and over. That's what the brush looks like. It's one of these really, really big, really, really messy brushes. Like you can see when I put it up to my eye just how big it is. I love this. It's a very wet formula, and I have found that I really like that kind of mascara. The other one I'm going to show you is also a wet formula. It goes on really wet, but you know what I really like about it? By the end of the day, if you touch your lashes, they're not those crunchy, hard, cement-like lashes. I know you know what I mean. They're still flexible, and they're still kind of soft. It gives you a lot of volume and a little bit of length. It's not the most lengthening, but it's a ton of volume, and it's very, very black. The one I'm wearing today is the Lancome Hypnose Drama. So I just recently purchased this full size. I've had multiple minis of this, whether they were gifts with purchase samples or like, I think I bought a travel size at one point. I think I actually did an all-day wear test with this one. I don't know. I've done a lot of all-day wear tests in my day on this channel. I think I did. This one has this weird S-shaped brush, And what I have found, the best way to use this is to kind of put the curve so it's scooped out like this, and I take it and I kind of roll it, and then I kind of take this side and I kind of roll it. I don't know how you're supposed to technically use it. That's how I use it. And again, very voluminous lashes, and these ones are a little bit longer. So I love this. Again, very wet formula. Let's talk about skincare. One of my favorite things to get as a sample from Sephora is skincare because it's so darn expensive. And you know, they're giving you free samples when you go into store if you ask for them. So I tend to like try out new eye creams, new serums, that kind of thing. And for this one in particular, I did actually get a few little minis as gift with purchase as well. So this is the Kate Somerville Plus Retinol Firming Eye Cream. I love this. This is now my holy grail eye cream. It has this little dispenser which you can kind of just glide along your eye if you want. It can be a little bit cooling, but I tend to just squeeze a little out and take it with my finger. The reason I do that is because when I squeeze it like this, I just feel like I'm using too much, and this is a pricey product. So I don't want to overuse it and waste it. I'm all about preventing aging. This is one of those things where it's probably not going to get rid of existing wrinkles, and really I don't know that there are magic products on the market that get rid of existing wrinkles. At least on a permanent basis, there are some that can mimic that effect. But this is all about preventing aging, and for me, retinol products really, really work. I don't have any reaction to them. They work really well on my skin. You have to do your own research though, because some people don't work well with retinol products. So, you know, you have to figure out what works for you. This other one I use as a day cream or a night cream. I only use this one at night because of the retinol, and you should only use retinol products overnight and use a sunscreen during the day. So for this one, this is a Dr. Dennis Gross Collagen Brighten and Firm Eye Cream. And actually, geez, for such a high-end product, you would think that they would have letters that wouldn't like rub off like that. But anyway, this is also kind of an expensive eye cream, but I really do like this one as well. So I really love the packaging on this because you can see exactly how much is left through the bottle, and it's got a little pump. This really does brighten. So I can see a visible difference when I put it on in the morning. I could see the under eye being slightly more bright. Now, I don't think that that is a permanent effect. I feel like that is a little bit of, I don't know if they put a pigment in it or not, but I think it's just the product itself kind of mimicking that brightening. However, I do feel like it is slightly firming, and I like that about it. Next is a makeup product that really, really surprised me. I didn't expect to like it. I didn't expect to buy a full size, but I did. So this is the Hoola Quickie Contour Stick. This is a gift with purchase. I've actually gone through one of these, and then I was gifted one by my friend Alex, who I'll link her channel as well. So this is the gift with purchase size. This is a cream contour product, and then I had already purchased this full size. So this is the full size one. Obviously the actual product itself is wider. You know, I'm not sure which I prefer because I kind of like the size that it comes in the mini. You can see the difference there. It's just a really good size for when you're carving out cheekbones. My first one did break because I think it was a little too small around, you know what I mean? Anyway, so this is a cream contour product. It does blend so easily on your cheekbones, on your, wherever you're gonna put it. And it really looks natural. I've been loving cream contouring lately, and it's something I thought I could never do being oily skin. And if you're like that, maybe try it out, because I was surprised how much I actually love it. It does last all day on me, even with oily skin, but because you're putting it on top of foundation, but like under powder, it's so much more natural than when you just draw, or not draw, but you know, shade with your brush a contour powder onto your face. I feel like this just mimics, and it like the more natural looking cheekbones, and it just looks so much more natural. So I really love it. I'm really glad I found that. I've got two last skincare things here, and they're both actually body oils. Body oil is something that I never really thought would appeal to me until I got samples from each one of these. This one here is the Nux, I never know how to pronounce this because it's fancy French. Huile Pour de Jour, I think. But anyway, it's multi-purpose dry oil for face, body, and hair. I've never put it on my face or hair. I suppose you could, but I just use this like after I shower, especially if I shave my legs. I put it like on my elbows and on my, I don't know, I just put it everywhere. It smells amazing. It is super, super, super moisturizing. Like, you don't need a body lotion if you're going to use this, but I love the scent of this, and I know I've talked about that a few times this year because I'm just obsessed with it. But I love this. You can see like how much I've used. I think I got this in the summertime, and I'm just in love with it to die for. I'm in love with it to die for. Does that even make sense? For this one, I have had multiples of the little 100 point perk size. You can actually buy that size too usually. I think that's just what they call their travel size. It's like 11 bucks for the smaller size. But you can sometimes get it as 100 point perks from Sephora, and that's usually how I got it. And I use this to shave my legs with. And then eventually I just decided to get this full size because now I have to buy fancy shaving lotion and I can't just go buy it from Walmart. Like, I have to have this now, especially in the winter. If you find that shaving your legs in the winter can result in that kind of cracked or scaliness on your legs, maybe try out an oil instead of like a foam, because this really does moisturize and it leaves that moisture in your skin. Like, it doesn't go away. In fact, when I use this to shave my legs, often I don't even use this after because this will just leave my legs so soft anyway and moisturized. So just take a little bit of this, rub it on your legs, add a little tiny bit of water to it to kind of spread it out, and then you're good to shave your legs. But yeah, that's what I personally use it for, and I'm glad to have found it. So that is it for my samples made me buy it video. I had a lot of fun filming this. I hope that this was some good information for you. If you're new around here, I'd love to have you as a subscriber, so just hit subscribe below. I put up new videos every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, and that's it for today. So I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you're speaking kindly to yourself. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.